Hello, guys. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing, guys? Oh, man. It's already Monday. Doesn't that suck? I hate Mondays, guys. I don't know about you. But welcome, guys. Welcome to the pre-stream. We have a little while before the stream gets started. Um, Very quickly, I thought I'd talk about something I just realized that I should have done. Um, if you're new to Elder Scrolls Online, right, you'll be seeing me play it every so often. Uh, Something you should do if you make a new character and you don't really have time to do things every day is what I would do if you have a bit of gold on you from like your previous explorations would be to definitely go to wherever town you're in and go to the stable master and say you can only log on for maybe a few minutes every day, right? If your character's new and you don't have anything maxed out yet, go to the stable master, right? Do yourself a favor, go to the stable master. See how slow we are? You see how slow we are, guys? Right, what you want to do is you want to go to the stable master. And you want to up your riding speed, right? You want to train every day. You could do it once every 24 hours, guys. You will be time gated out of this, so it's going to take 60 days to get your mount up. I advise you to do it every day, if you can, right? Even if you only have a couple minutes, try to like get on and do this. I kind of forgot to do that when we started. I would have been up to like 7 or 14, right? Because I do think we started sometime last week. We would have been like around 7 or 8 days, right? So it would have been like riding speed plus 8. And it doesn't feel any different up until you get to around like 10 or so, as you can see. So try to have a bit of gold on you if you can, right? Just sell some stuff. I don't know what to tell you guys. If you're like super super new, right? Just try not to forget that. And we're also gonna check on our skills. So I do think we're gonna bring Magicka up, even though we are basically we're gonna be going for a heavy attack build, guys. But most of our moves I do believe will cost Magicka. So I do think that is the plan right now. As you can see, we haven't played at all on this tune or this character, whatever you want to call her, on this character, since we played last week. So I thought I would take some time to get caught up. Alright, so that's what we're doing. We're just making sure like our inventory is clean. For the most part, it looks like it's pretty clean. Alright, this is stuff I usually do like offline when I have like the time for it. So we're just making sure it's done. And then we have our journal here. We have some quests. And I do think there's a quest over here outside somewhere, but we're not ready for that yet. We're not ready. And we have a little while, guys. I hope you guys have been doing okay. I hope the weekend was good. It was Super Bowl weekend, huh? So I'm not even sure it's going to show up today. Hopefully a few people. Hopefully a few people show up, and then, that'd be cool. Also keep in mind, guys, if you don't know what class we're using, I will go over this like briefly before the actual stream starts. We are using a Necromancer. He is a premium class, so you are gonna have to buy it. You're gonna have to buy it in the Crown Store or the Xbox Store. We are playing on Xbox, by the way, guys, right? So I'm sure like different platforms will have different like shops where the layout might be slightly different or whatever. But regardless, there are two classes at the moment that you'll have to purchase if you want to use them. Let me remind you guys that you're not obligated to be on any class unless you actually like it. Right, that's the only way you gotta like the game is to get on a class you enjoy using or you think might be fun and have fun on them. Right, we are Necromancer, and Necromancer is a premium class. The other class is the Warden, which is my main class, and I enjoy Warden very much. Uh, Warden is more like the Druid, I guess you would say. Like he has a bear and some nature stuff and some ice stuff. I guess that kind of falls in line with the Druid, or the Druid type class, I guess. Necromancers, as advertised, you summon some skeletons. Uh, there's some things you can't do in town, or is seen as like evil, so we're not gonna do it in town. You can see there's a lot of people on tonight. Right, all these people walking around, these are players. Right, they're crafting and they're doing all their stuff that they need to do. Some cool looking there's knights and witch ladies. I mean, I guess that's a witch lady, a Blair Witch lady. Right, people's all swagged out and got his gold on. What? Nobody saw that name. Right here's as you can see, like some people, if you look right beneath the life bar, they have like a very high number. That is their champion level. So the max level is 50, I believe, and then you gain what's known as champion points. And it goes in order. Like it goes like so you'll get like for like after 50, instead of you being 51, you'll get like one champion point, and it'll be like in warfare. And then then you'll get the next one. It'll be in fitness, then it'll be in crafting, then warfare, fitness, crafting, right? So so it'll be like 50, and then your like your champion points, your CP will be like level 50, then CP1, and then CP2, CP3, CP4, and then it'll keep going to like whatever the cap is right now. So he's like champion points 1,000, whatever. This is where you make all your outfits and stuff like that and put them together. He's all swagged out. Looks pretty cool. Got the handlebar mustache going. Okay. Okay. Looks like Jake the Snake a little bit. Oh god, am I showing my age? Right, but this is where people do their crafting, their construction, their deconstruction, all that kind of stuff. I do think this is who's wearing all pink like that? Yep. Yep. That's how it goes, guys. Once you get an opportunity to make people, some people go try to look as cool as possible, right? Or they'll go as silly as possible. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying like when I'm looking at people that they're silly. Right? People have they have fun. It's pretty highly customizable if you're willing to put the time in and collect the stuff. Right? This is a personality here. Personalities dictate the way you stand, your idle stance, your emotes. We have a couple of them. A lot of them are in the cash shop, unfortunately, guys, right? But that's just the way it goes. I do prefer, like, mostly cosmetics to be in there, which seems like it's mostly the case. I'm not going to say it's purely the case, but it's mostly the case. Right, but personalities, they affect the way, you can see, like, right off the bat, it affects our stance, but you can see in the middle, it alters some emotes as well, right? So this one alters eat apple, greet walling, stuff like that. Right, we have a handful. Here's the sad boy. This one you can get for free in the game. You do have to do a quest line. It'll take a couple hours. This is a pretty popular one with females. A lot of females have this stance. Then Treasure Hunter. I like this stance a lot. I have it on my main tune. And you can see there's a couple here which I think you can get for free, but you got to do. Let's see. Awarded for completing the March of the Sacrifices Challenger achievement, right? You can see the medal. This one is acquired through purchase, promotion, or event. So maybe an event, or you gotta buy it, right? You gotta buy it. And then this one, Fangler Challenger, which I really want this one, Worm Wizard. So we're gonna have to work on getting that. I do have a main character that I use, or a main tune, or whatever you want to call him. Let's also take this personality off. We're gonna be like going pretty bare bones. Going in dry, boys. Going in dry. So we are gonna get ready very soon. What I think I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go get some water and some stuff to last us for the stream, and then we'll come back and we'll get started with the playthrough, guys. And I should have some emotes. Oh. I should have some emotes, so we'll do we'll play the flute, which is one of my favorite emotes. And we will put the volume up while that happens. Yeah, we're getting ready, boys. Unfortunately, it's not one of those days where I can pig out, and I guess I'm doing. I'm sorry, guys. It started lagging, right? So we're getting some new workout equipment soon. So hopefully I can get back into shape. Or I've been slacking lately, I will admit. But we're gonna get back in there, guys. We're gonna get back in there. Um, I did up the volume a little bit. Let me know if it drowns out when I come back, guys. I'm just raising it so that you guys have something to listen to before the stream starts. Oh, okay, I like this tune. All right, guys, give me like 7-8 minutes. We'll get right into it. I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, hello. Hello, hello. Enough of that. How's everybody doing today? Let's do a sound check. Testing, testing, testing. Testing.
Problem, Sarah?
I do want you guys to hear the voices, right? Because it'll make my life a little bit easier. I still have to get, I'm used to talking now, but I don't talk very often throughout the day. I will admit, right? So it kind of burns my voice out a little bit. Which, could be worse, but sounds good? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Let me know if it, like when we're in combat or whatever, if things are sounding too crazy. Um, how's everybody doing today, guys? Welcome. Welcome to the stream, guys. We are officially starting right now. Guys, welcome. If you don't know who I am, my name is Frank Gallows, and I stream every day, or as often as possible. That guy ate shit. If you're watching on YouTube, I would love for you guys to watch me live. There's a link to my channel description in the video. I'm probably gonna have to cut that part out because I cursed too early in the video. I won't get monetized. I'm trying to get monetized, guys. But come by, watch me live. We just hang out. We just have a good time. We just chill. We play a variety of games here. Tonight we're playing Elder Scrolls Online. We are in the Blackwood chapter. We are using a Necromancer. I do think we're gonna go for a heavy attack build. Make things pretty simple for us. Necromancer is a premium class, guys, so if you do like this class, you will have to put a little bit of money into it. Sorry, there are about 4 to 6 other classes that are free when you start the game. 2 classes you have to buy right now, at least, are Necromancer and the Warden. There is a new class coming, and that one you're going to have to pay for as well, sorry to tell you. But try out the other classes, right? There's no reason to just start, unless you're super invested in it, there's no reason to start dumping a bunch of money into the game. And we're just taking a little look around before we get started. We have to warn some people. Everybody, I hope you guys' day went by quickly. I know it's Monday and it's the day after the Super Bowl. I don't know who watches football anymore. I don't watch football. I don't really watch sports. I used to watch a lot of like mixed martial arts back in the day, and I was like, I know this technically doesn't count. I was more of like a WWE, back when it was WWF wrestling kind of guy, but I don't really have that much time to be watching a lot of shows these days. But I know it's after a big day, so people are burnt out. Maybe, maybe. Oh, I only knew because there were some ads. There were some ads for like ordering food and stuff like that. I also heard a lot of people didn't watch it. It's like I'm getting mixed signals, but that's okay. That's okay. Also, guys, I do have an announcement. And it's a good announcement. So, I do think actually after Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow, after I look at my budget a little bit, I do think we will have just enough to, and I guess this is going to be the plan right now, is we're going to look at our bank account. We will have just enough, guys, to get a capture card and get a cheap laptop. And basically, do the thing, right? I do think I'll have enough for like a webcam as well. And then we're gonna do the thing, guys. We're gonna do the thing, right? We're gonna start trying to look a little bit better. Uh, so hopefully that'll be pretty soon. Like I said, I will have to check after the big day tomorrow, right? The expensive day. I do think it's one of those days. So hopefully pretty soon, like I said, maybe in the next few weeks, we'll see. I'll have to make some preparations for my room. I will admit I'm like kind of a pack rat, so I'm gonna have to try to make the room look nice, or like my little spot. But soon hopefully, and then hopefully that'll bring in more people. We are trying to just be on more often. That'll actually let me be able to do like watch parties and other kind of stuff. So, you know, baby steps, baby steps, but hopefully. And with that said, let's get started. Right, it's already 1 minute past. I'm not too stressed out about it, right? But I this has kind of become like a little passion project where I do like doing this often, and I want to just look better, right? That's all I want to say. I just want to look better. I want to look like an actual streamer. And if things fail, then things fail. But I'm not gonna sit here and So yeah, I should have tried it. Or else, at least we did try it. And yeah, so let's get started, guys. If you guys don't remember what we were doing, we're in the Blackwood chapter. We're very, very, very early on. We have to make some warnings. It looks like the Black Hand is out and about, and they're assassinating people. Who knows why, though? And we're going to warn some important people. We have a companion with us. This is what actually got me back into the game the first time around, was this companion system where they added NPCs. You know, because aside from like a couple people, I usually play the game solo, so I needed somebody while I wasn't on to help me out sometimes. If you're not a pet class, right, it could get kind of tough sometimes, especially if you're casual and you don't know what you're doing. But yeah, let's check out. Okay, so we have one place to go here and one place to the south, right? So let's head north first since we're close. We're gonna be mostly on foot because if you guys missed it earlier, I was saying if you have a bit of gold on you and you only have like a few minutes or maybe like 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, make sure you come to the stable master because once a day you can raise one stat. And I forgot to do that, so we would have been at like maybe 7 or 8. Try to cap out your speed for your mount, guys. It will take 60 days for each of these stats. So what I advise you do is if you don't have time to come on, it will cost a bit of gold. So if you have a bit of gold, park outside a stable, wherever you're at, and raise the speed once a day. Uh, you'll start noticing it once you get to like 10 or so. But try to cap it out and then go for carrying capacity if you're not spending any money on the game, because that gives you a bigger inventory. You can carry more items, right? So that would be what I advise. It will take 120 days for all of this stuff. Unless you're dumping like actual money into the game, then you can finish it in just like as fast as you could put in your credit card info. But don't do that, guys. Right? Just have fun if you're new. I fell into that trap as well of just like looking at videos. Oh, this is the best class. Let me get on it, and then I had a miserable time. We have some more on this counselor. Mostly on foot. You can see there's a bunch of side quests here. I could talk to this lady, start a side quest.
Can you come over here and help me?
No, we will not help you not right now. We might never help you. No, we're gonna help her.
We weren't expecting visitors.
One problem this game does have, I'll admit, is that a lot of these NPCs have the same face, or they look extremely similar. Weird, because they could have just hit the randomize button. I guess,
Are you
I
here
guess they
from
didn't
the
feel like it.
sheriff's office? I'm afraid my husband has taken our dog for a walk. Is there something I could help you with, perhaps?
I'm thinking about it, lady. Not right now, though. We need to find your husband.
Danger? What are you talking about? Does this have something to do with that letter? And who are you, by the way?
Who am I? Who are you?
Captain Rianne? I see. Well, if the Ivory Brigade sent you, my husband likes to walk our dog Chero along the tree line. Go on and find him. I'll wait here in case he returns.
What about that letter,
My
lady?
husband, Valen, received a letter from an old friend this morning. Tharo Lupus, Emperor Leovic's steward. I could see that whatever was in that letter upset him, but he didn't want to discuss it, and I didn't push him. Now please, go find him.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, who's this? Oh, it's another player. Winter Sky. Summer Sky. That might be an actual lady. There are quite a few ladies that play this game. That I've come across at least, or it's not like DC Universe. I played a lot of DC Universe, and I guess they all get snatched up if you're looking for one of those. So he was taking his dog for a walk, right? There's his dog. Hey, boy, where is he, boy? Yeah. Did he fall down the well? Lassie's leading me. You don't have to follow the dog, by the way. You can just go right towards the... If you notice, there's like a compass at the top of the screen. Right, but there he is. He's not looking too good. And there's a letter on the floor. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what this?
What's taking you so long? They should... Valen! No!
Yeah, I'm sorry, lady.
Oh, Valen! Oh, my love! What happened? I thought Captain Rehan sent you to protect my husband!
It's too late.
You know, Valen acted strange after the letter from Farrell Lupus arrived. He didn't tell me what it said, and
No?
I never asked.
Mm.
Before he left today, he gave me a sealed scroll. Said to give it to Counselor Leviticus if anything ever happened to him. A scroll, sealed and bearing my husband's stamp. Take it. Give it to Counselor Leviticus. I hope it helps catch whoever murdered my husband. I'll summon the town guard. They'll help me with my husband.
Yep, we got you. Although, for some reason, she just stays out here. I mean, I guess someone has to stay out here. Kind of dangerous for her. But we'll leave her. We'll leave her to it. Now we have to warn the other counselor. Like I said, guys, we're going to be mostly on foot because I did not raise my mount speed. That was my mistake. Keep in mind you can grab all these like butterflies, right? Crafting is a thing in this game. If you see a lot of the fauna, you can, I don't want to say kill, but you can slaughter them for their meat. Right, if that's your thing, and you can use it for cooking. Cooking will buff your stats depending on what food you make. I'm kind of just looking around because sometimes there's chests out here in the world, and you can use a lockpick and open the chests and get some loot. But we're on foot, guys. I'm running kind of fast. I also have it so that we can't hurt civilians by accident because it can happen pretty easily if you're not paying attention. You just hit that trigger and pop somebody, and they may not die, but then the guards, they don't take too kindly to it, folks. Also, keep in mind this companion in particular, she doesn't like bugs. So if I pick up this butterfly, we'll just do it. You can see bottom left hand side, she doesn't like it too much. And they do have a friendship meter. And I keep it like towards the middle, towards the right hand side. I don't know if it affects combat at all. But it can get pretty annoying. Also keep in mind that you could just put them away for a little while. You can't put them away if you're farming. You don't want to be annoyed. The other companion is very annoying. Bastion. He's a little goody two shoes. Run away, folks. I do think there's another. What's that? Uh oh, guys, hold on. Sorry about that, folks. I do think there's another mission around here. Remember, these are side quests. You don't really have to do them, but it might be fun to do them. Here's some wildlife. It's a bog dog. It was a bog dog. And you can see, like, they do drop materials. They also, sometimes it'll be like meat. Sometimes it might be a little bit of gold. There you go. You can use it to craft stuff. We're just gonna pick it up because we're gonna sell it. If you're like free like I am, and you're not subscribed to like USO Plus, those materials will clog your bag up, so it's not really worth it. You might just want to find a league that craft stuff for you. We found another guy on the floor. To whomever finds me, deliver this letter and ring in my bag to Tertia. Tetria? Tertia? Miss Falso and Leowin. Dearest Miss T, go ahead and pet it. It's just a harmless mongrel, you said. Little did I know how wrong we both were. The sorry-looking mutt was an omen, my sweet, and the harbinger of my demise. I can still picture that perfect night in Leowin, your face radiant, resplendent, shining in the sun as we walked among the streets. I wait, F that up. I desperately wish, I could see it one more time. I wish I'd given you the ring in my pocket and proposed to you as I planned. I wish I had an assistant and reached down and tried to pet the damn dog. It bit me, of course, but that superficial wound was just the start. Naturally, I couldn't propose to you with blood gushing from my hand, so I bit my tongue, held my peace, and excused myself to the nearest healer. There, a kind Argonian bandaged my wound and provided a medicinal toad for the pain. Sadly, it would prove to be meager balm for the true injury. As the sun set, I was racked by wild fever dreams. The last thing I recall was tearing off my clothing and running, howling into the night. I woke up in someone's chicken coop, covered in blood and feathers. Please understand that I do this for you. Were I to see you again while under this curse, I might cause you harm. I couldn't live with myself if that happened, so I won't. I leave you the ring. I leave you the ring I never gave you. It was meant for you and no one else. Always yours, AF. He got bit by a dog and turned into a werewolf man. Uh, and I guess he killed himself right outside of town. He self-deleted, folks. I gotta get used to talking different. He self-deleted. And there's the ring. Funny enough, you can keep this ring and never finish the quest, but you don't really get any benefit from keeping it. This is a side quest, by the way, where we just happen to come across it. She is right in town, so we'll deliver it to her.
Some people don't like the bustle of cities, but I come from a big family, so it reminds me of home.
Funny enough, I do think right in this chapel we're about to pass by, they do cure lycanthropy for a meager fee. So he did that for no reasons. But I could be wrong, guys. I know they cure vampirism for sure, but lycanthropy might be a different method.
Just pet the dog. It's harmless. Tertia, you idiot. No wonder he hasn't... Is there something you want? I'd like to be left alone right now.
She got a badass scar on her face. But I found this letter, lady.
Body? Ring? Freeman on high. What's this about? Aloysius wrote this? And he's dead? This makes no sense. Howling, chicken coops, it was just a mangy mutt. I don't even think it was rabid, let alone... No, Aloysius. You poor fool. He wasn't cursed. He was hallucinating. The toad that Argonian used to ease his pain must have been too strong for him. Aloysius convinced himself he was a werewolf, and he... This is the second worst proposal I've ever had.
So he was just tripping balls. Tripping balls, bro. Guess it didn't work out for him, huh? Don't lick medicinal toads, kids.
I was once kidnapped by a crazed Sulzon warlord and offered the heads of my neighbors as a dowry. I'd rather not talk about it. I've had more than a dozen failed engagements in my life. If anyone here is cursed, it's me. But it's not all bad news. Aloysius didn't run off and leave me like half the others. He even gave his life to protect me. I've never had anyone love me that much. Is it wrong that makes me happy? Take this, for delivering my betrothed's last wishes. It was kind of you.
There you go, guys. You get his belt. You get his belt. We can't view it yet. We can't see what it does.
if the Temple of Mara would marry us posthumously. It was his dying wish, after all. Maybe I should employ a priest of Arche for the ceremony, so he can pass on without regrets? Well, why not? I've had absolutely no luck with the living, and it's what he wanted. I'd rather die a widow than an old maid.
Can't argue with that.
It's not like this is how I dreamed of getting married, but after being jilted so many times, I may as well marry a man who can't change his mind. You may not get it, but for your sake, I hope you never have to.
Alright. And we got his belt. Uh, the gear you do get here for like doing quests is at level, right? So if you were like, let's say you're playing the game for a while and you were like level 50, the belt you'll get will be level 50. Uh, it's not going to be level 50 for us because we're very low level. Uh, Also keep in mind, guys, that your gear, like, it actually stops being of value once you get to level 50, first of all, and then champion points 160. So don't farm for anything until you get to champion points 160, because then some gear you'll get later on will outclass it. So if you went and got a whole set, you're gonna have to do that over, folks. But we got his belt. It's part of the Frostbite set. So sorry, guys. So as part of the Frostbite set, you see when you get 5 pieces, it increases your damage done with frost abilities by 8%. Increases your damage done against chilled enemies by 4. So, it's good for Frostbite builds. It's decent if you're running like a magic Frost Warden kind of build. That's what I run. Uh, it seems like the meta right now is like heavy attacks, which is why we're kind of going for it. It seems like it's just easier, quicker, more reliable. It could just be for certain classes in general, but we're going to try it out with this one. And you can respec and all that kind of stuff, so keep that in mind as well. You're not like tied behind. You're not like tied to any one build. We still have to, okay, we can go there. Back to the main quest. Gotta warn those counselors. Maybe this one might not have made it either, right? We'll never know until we get there. We are gonna do a lot of walking though, guys. I do believe this is the farming route for chests, by the way, so you can see where we're at right now. Wait, where are we? We're a little bit off of the map, but I know for sure around this house and this hut, I call it a hut right there, there's usually a chest right here you can loot. And you can also steal stuff, folks, right? But I don't steal in this game because you have to sell it at a fence. So I'd rather not do that. It seems like there's no chest today. They're on like a spawning timetable, right? So you can make like a chest farming route on most of these maps and eventually come back across it. Back the way we came. And also, since he's a quest, his body's gonna be there forever. Unfortunately, nobody's gonna pick him up and put him to rest. Alright, there he is. Oh, I was hoping it would just die and we could like take a look at the meat. I guess no. Also, guys, remember, uh, if you're watching it this like on a playlist or something like that, we did join the Mages Guild, right? And it's important that you join the Mages Guild as quickly as you can because you find tomes like this in particular, they're kind of like a purplish blue completed them. And basically, and I know it's gonna sound like a lot of work, and it is. When you're playing the game, story mode or in DLCs, whatever, out in the world, you'll find tomes like this. We could call them tomes, right? Uh, Picking these books up and reading them is the only way you'll get any experience for the Mages Guild. You don't, you, all you have to do is just like hit it one time, right? And then the book is gone forever. You can see we got a little bit of experience for the Mages Guild, right? Some of his best moves are at level 10, which is the cap. For instance, this ultimate is Meteor, right? You might want that. Some people want Equilibrium, Entropy. It is, these books are a very daunting task to get done sometimes.
Of course, Counselor.
So join the Mages Guild. If you see those books, get them, but make sure you join the Mages Guild first. Here's the counselor. Let's talk to her.
State your business. I have every reason to believe that my life is in danger. If you so much as make a threatening gesture, the Brigandine will dismember you. He has very strict orders on that regard.
That is not that guy's wife, by the way. It looks just like her, huh?
I was beginning to suspect as much. Very well. Tell me everything that you have learned. Leave nothing out. I want to hear it all.
Want to hear it all, lady?
Lupus, Emperor Leovic's old steward, and Jirik as well? Gods, they are targeting the Elder Council. Anything else? Tell me. The slightest detail could mean the difference between life and death.
Okay.
The ambitions?
Yep, the ambitions.
I heard that term once before, years ago. I must go to Tidewater Cave. I have a cache hidden there, and I need to check my records. Meanwhile, I suggest you find Jirik's files. She kept them in a hidden compartment in her nightstand.
Very nice then, huh? And then there's like some flavor text here, which doesn't really mean too much to me in the long run, so we're just gonna head and skip that part. And now we have to go to Jirik's Manor, which is right in Leowin, pretty close by. Thankfully. And there you go, look at this, there's a chest here. Let's open it up. The difficulty is random on each chest, so sometimes it'll be simple, sometimes it'll be, you know, intermediate, then advanced, then expert. Oh, nice. We'll take all this stuff, right? Something important, guys, by the way. If you find chests like that, take all the loot. That way, it can respawn and someone else can find another chest. If you leave it there, it'll sit there and burn the timer out. And if someone finds it, like whatever you left in there is going to be in there, which is usually the trash. Not very nice. I mean, you can if you want to. I'm just, you know, I'm just giving you a suggestion. Oh, we did get that staff, huh? I think staff of frostbite. You know, I was looking for this staff on my main character for a long time. And this one is going to be worthless for us pretty soon, but it's better than what we got. It is part of the frostbite set, guys, by the way. Just it's not going to be worth much in a few levels anyway. Let's see, we have to go to her place, so is this it right here? Yep. So here's the house is getting torn apart. People are looking for stuff.
Over here! I'm glad you're here. I've been searching all over, but I could use your help. This place is huge. Why do rich people need so many rooms? Oh, but tell me, did you warn the counselors like I asked?
Yep. Valaria. That's a pretty good name. It's one letter off from Valaria, right? Which is a pretty good name in itself. You know where that's from, guys? Valeria? It's from Conan. Right, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I do like that character a lot. It kind of sucks she wasn't in the second. Well, she was in the second one briefly, but the second one wasn't too good. It was alright.
Sophus is dead? Damn! Was it the Dark Brotherhood? What am I saying? Of course it was. I've torn this place apart, but so far I haven't found anything related to Imperial secrets or the ambitions. Maybe you can spot something I missed.
Okay.
I knew you'd be a help, but I didn't expect you to just have the answer the moment you walked in. Good job! Councillor Jiric's bedroom is upstairs. Let's see if we can find that hidden compartment.
Let's see, where's the room at? You can like look at all this stuff too, right, guys? If you wanted to. Usually, I just try to read the bookshelves because sometimes they level up some of your proficiencies, some of your skills. Sometimes. There we go. Here's the letter. Is it just one page? Okay. It is time to rally the caretakers and move the ambitions. The Nouveau location should ensure their safety and keep them hidden until I or the High Priest call for them. The forces of the Oath of the Traitor Varin drew ever closer, and we cannot allow the ambitions to fall into their hands. This is your official order. Act immediately. The sign is written in a complex imperial code. Emperor Leovic.
A hidden compartment? I love it! I mean, I hate that people have died, but... so, what did you find? Let me see that. That's a code, all right. Some of the other documents I found use something similar. You know, I'm really starting to hate all this secrecy surrounding the ambitions.
Known as an imperial city, maybe someone here can decipher it.
Good idea.
Okay.
We need to report in to Councillor Leviticus anyway. Let him know what we uncovered. If he has a qualified scribe, great. If not, I know someone. They helped me with those other documents. Let's go to Leowin Castle and talk to Leviticus.
Okay. I will say this though, she's probably like the cutest elf I've seen in the game so far. She's a wood elf too, right? I don't really know much about the Elder Scrolls lore, but someone told me like, excuse me guys, there's a lot of noise going on. 1 second. Alright guys, I think the worst is past. I lost my train of thought. I think I was talking about elves and their hideous appearance. Oh, someone told me like all these elves were cursed, like these dark elves and stuff like that, which doesn't say much for the high elves because they don't look that much better anyway. She's not a bad looking lady, huh? She's a wood elf though. It does say we gotta go to Leywin Castle, so let's go ahead and do that. We might go a little bit later than usual just because we're doing like story stuff, and I know this is if we go at the pace we're going now, this playthrough is going to be a million parts basically, right? Because we're not just doing it for story, we're just doing it to level up and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll be here for a while. I don't think we'll be doing any like power leveling per se or anything like that. I'm not sure yet. Most likely no. Right, grinding, watching someone grind in the game is not too great. I have other characters that can do that. Oh yeah, we're going to Leywin Castle. Let's see where that's at. I did think I went the wrong way, so let's go back to town. Also forgot about riding the horse. The horse is very slow compared to my my walking speed, right? My running speed. Oh, we gotta go to the castle. That ain't it, folks. I think that's it right there. Also, keep in mind I'm moving. Uh-oh, someone out. Someone is being bad in the streets. There's usually not dead citizens in this game. Usually, right? Usually there's not. Here, we're in the castle, guys. See if I can read anything. You can steer from here if you want, right? It's just not something I'm doing. There's the books. You don't have to read any of this stuff either, right? You can just kind of open and close the menu.
I need your report, mercenary. Word reached me that Councillor Jirik was murdered. What about Sophus and Valeria? And did you find definitive proof that the Dark Brotherhood is our culprit? That's the Black Hand.
Yep, we found some
symbol of
notes.
the Dark Brotherhood. I wish Jirik and Sophus had allowed me to assign brigadines to protect them. At least Valeria, however reluctantly, agreed to a military escort. Did you and Everly uncover any other information?
Yep.
It appears that Councillor Leviticus's trust in the Wood Elf was not misplaced. Very well. You and Everly can head in and talk to the Councillor.
I do think that's what we're gonna do. There's a bear in the room. That is part of the Warden's moveset, guys. So that means the person in here. Yeah, there's a Warden.
Brienne and the Ivory Brigade will deal with the Dark Brotherhood. We are perfectly safe in here.
Your damn empire, Leviticus. It no longer exists, but it still causes us trouble.
You must be the mercenary that Captain Rian told me about. And
Yep.
I see you're working with Everly Sharparrow. Good. Good. I assume you have something to report. I'm listening.
Oh yeah.
Damn it all to a back. I should have taken Pharaoh Lupus more seriously when I received his letter. This is definitely the mark of the Dark Brotherhood. Anything else to add to this? Yes, that's the Longhouse Emperor's Code. Only a handful of Imperial scribes can decipher it. I know one. Baragon. I'll send for him at once. Meanwhile, we must warn the remaining counselors on the list. Eivor, Valeria, Itinia, and Vondacia. Very good. I've sent messages to Itinia and Vondacia already, as neither of them are currently within Leowin's
Those are some old
jurisdiction.
hands.
I need you
I
to
usually don't let the
contact
dialogue play
Eivor,
this
Counselor
play
Eivor
out like
has
this,
taken
right? I read it, but I read it pretty fast, and then I move on with the mission.
Everything we do now must be swift.
Yep. So we're on our way, guys, to help everybody out. Do keep in mind, guys, as well. You know, also if you're watching on YouTube, keep in mind that this isn't the main story for the game, right? This is just a story for this DLC. The main story, I might have it here, my journal. Oh, we don't even have it yet. The main story is out there in the regular maps, or like the non-DLC maps. You'll get like I think it's called like the hooded figure. That'll like start your main story. And you might want to do that, folks, because there's like 24 skill points you could get from doing that. Also, it's the story, right? It's the story from when the game first came out. It's not too bad. It's alright. We'll eventually have to do that as well. But that one is pretty much single player. Like, you can't bring a friend in if you're having trouble in a dungeon or anything like that. Okay, so we have to go. We're gonna make a big old U-turn, folks. I mean, I could just cut through the water, which is what I typically would do. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. I'm also trying to make sure that we have, okay. We have way shrines. We're just gonna cut through everything. We're just gonna make life simple. There is a chest like around the edge of this castle, or along the wall somewhere. They sometimes spawn. Sometimes people do farm it, and you won't find it at all. The only reason I know is because I was taking this damn shortcut the other day, and I saw a chest there, and I was shocked and awed, folks. Fishing is a thing, by the way, guys. We don't have any bait though. You know, we're just gonna cut through the water too. Why not? I know there's a big old river troll over there. I guess we'll beat him up. Even though he's minding his own business. We don't like his kind around here. You see, pretty relaxed build so far. We're not at the end yet, right? So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna have to figure out a gear set and all that kind of stuff. One thing I do like about this game is that no matter what class you pick, you can be any role. You just have to build them properly. I don't like being tied into like, okay, this is my, sometimes it's fine, I guess, right? It is what it is, but sometimes you want to get into content. You want to get into content and do things, right? So I do appreciate the fact that I could build my guy up as a healer or a DPS or a tank and get in there. And not queuing as a fake role, mind you guys, right? Actually building him up and being able to do my job properly. There might be a waypoint shrine around here somewhere, so we're just going to give it a little look. It might just be in the town itself. You know, something about that too is like, even though you could be any technically like any role, you will have to pick weapons you might not want to if you're gonna be that role, right? So like, I can't be a healer and walk around with a big old greatsword, stuff like that. I might need to like invest in a resto staff and some other things.
Look, Councillor Leviticus and Captain Rianne sent me. I need to see Councillor Abor now.
And what about my sister? She hasn't been seen since she took the counselor her meal.
Counselor Abor was very clear about this. She doesn't want to be disturbed.
What's going on here?
Another mercenary. Is our ivory brigade so enfeebled that Captain Rianne must resort to hiring sellswords? Look, as I told the Wood Elf, Counselor Abor was quite insistent. She doesn't want to be disturbed. All right, enough. I can see when I'm being overruled. Very well. I give you permission to enter the watchtower. Counselor Abor's safety is now in your hands.
And what's that servant acting up? What's he doing?
Curious? Oh, something about his sister. She's another servant here at the fort. Works in the kitchen, I believe. Apparently, she brought the counselor her meal. He says she never returned, but the servants look for her.
Oh, they're slacking off, huh? I don't know about that. That's gonna give him a write-up.
The counselor demanded we protect her. Said her life was in danger, but refused to give me any details. Imperial confidentiality, she insisted, above my station. I put her up in the watchtower and assigned a couple of brigandines to guard her.
Oh, did you? Did you? I don't know about these brigandines. They look awful Spartan-like. I'm onto you. I'm onto you and your outfit stealing. All you did was a color swap. I'm gonna go inside though. What's in here? Oh,
Councillor Abor's been murdered. But where's the servant?
Are you okay? Uh-oh. That ain't good.
The Dark Brotherhood's calling card.
Oh yeah, we gotta find some stuff. What's around here? This book. What's in this book? I ain't reading this book, guys. Not gonna happen. I'll leave it up for a minute. You can pause it on YouTube.
Of course they tore out the pages and took them. Just when we were so close to
Maybe we...
finding out
Oh,
what happened.
no, I can't read it. I was second guessing myself. We should have read it. I'm sorry. We'll read the next one, maybe. There's an uneaten meal here. Let's take a look at this meal.
Ebor's meal is still warm. So what happened to the servant that delivered it?
Should like bluish smoke be coming out your food? I know this is a different world, but I don't know about that.
We have a door locked from the outside, a dead counselor, and a missing servant. Did the assassin take off with both the torn-out journal pages and the servant? Anyway, they not only murdered Eibor, they probably know how to find the ambitions now.
Yeah, how did the murderer get in and out of the watchtower without the brigandines noticing?
See that rope hanging from the top of the tower? Bet my bottom acorn that's how the assassin got in and out. But the missing servant, something about that is knocking on the back of my head. And why would the Dark Brotherhood take those pages?
Yeah, maybe they want those Daedric weapons for themselves.
Maybe.
Maybe, right?
But everything I've read
Yeah.
about the Dark Brotherhood never suggested they would be interested in weapons of war, if that's even what the ambitions are. Damn it, we're loosing arrows in the dark here. Let's tell Commander Orton about Eibor.
Okay. I don't see any rope though. Oh. You know, I never look too hard at these things. Is that a big surprise? But there's a rope. There is indeed a rope here. Kind of rough landing, but back to business.
So, will Counselor Eibor be returning with you to Leowyn? Am I finally going to be able to get my fort back in order?
About that. About that,
Murder? Gods, keep your voice down. Do you want to start a panic? Tell me what you found in the watchtower. Let me see that. A black handprint. The sign of the Dark Brotherhood. But where is the servant, Talais? Is she involved in this fiasco? And how did she and the assassin get out of the watchtower? My brigandines never left their post.
there's a rope.
Well, that explains some of it, but not all. We need to locate Talais. Since you're already involved in working for Captain Rian, I want you to quietly try to find Talais. Start by talking to the other servants in the kitchen and dining hall.
Alright. A lot of story going on, guys, right? A lot of story. That's how it is. There's a bookshelf, though.
Your sister is fine. This one is certain.
Then where could she be? She would never neglect her duties.
Probably found a dark corner and someone to snuggle with. This one does that all the time. Pleasant days, visitors. How can this one assist you?
Yep, we're looking for that servant.
Ah, Talais. She worries her brother so. She asked me where we kept the hot root flakes. Counselor Eibor sprinkles them on every dish. I told her they are in the pantry, but you need the key from the kitchen to unlock the door.
Okay. So he needed his sriracha. Right, he needed his red pepper flakes.
Grab a broom and start sweeping.
What? No.
Or she needed red
that's
pepper
Thalais' job.
flakes.
And do you see Talais anywhere? No. Then start sweeping.
This big old pot of soup. What is in there? What's in there? A loaf of bread. I don't know.
Another new face in the fort? First Counselor Eivor, now you and that cute wood elf. Look, I'd love to chat, but Therese has wandered off
Oh, you
and
think
left
she's
me
cute
to
too,
juggle
huh?
her chores.
There's two of us.
She took the counselor her meal and hasn't returned. Did you check the watchtower? Eivor's a little old, but maybe Therese decided to improve her station, if you catch my meaning. Eivor reeks of fear. Maybe Therese finds that attractive. Well, she's been acting like a
Reeks
frightened
of fear.
guar since she arrived. Stays locked up in the watchtower. Only lets a single servant in at a time. And I hear she's been burning papers. Documents of some kind. She's scared out of her wits, if you ask me.
The servants come to the kitchen to mutter and gossip. This one will not have it. Misaba asks that you do not distract them overly long, as they are already naturally lazy. What is it that you need?
Yeah, I'm looking for someone.
That young woman. She has not returned from the watchtower, so her chores remain undone. And she took the pantry key with her when she went.
Sorry about that background. That is my ringtone. If you hear like the Star Trek kind of sounds going off.
A clear violation.
Where's the pantry?
The pantry is in the cellar, but the door is around the side of the building. Therese mumbled something about how the counselor loves hot root flakes, grabbed the key and the tray of food and went off. This one hasn't...
Okay, I got it, lady.
Before we check the pantry, let's talk.
Oh, you want to talk to me too? Alright.
So, what did we learn? Counselor Eivor was frightened, but that's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
That she was burning documents. Her journal indicated that she knew more than the others. And Therese visited the pantry before heading to the watchtower. Couldn't hurt. And every mystery novel I ever read taught me you should always follow up on every clue, even the ones that seem insignificant. Let's check the pantry and see if she was looking for more than hot root flakes down there.
I could use some hot chip. I definitely could. Okay, but let's go to the pantry. We'll ignore the other players. There's nothing around there. I caught her. I caught her looking in the mirror. Where are you going? There you go. Wait, let me get a look at you. Hold on. Let me some of that. She won't talk to us.
Is that... Damn it! They murdered Therese too!
Nope, there's Therese. A lot of time it will just not do nothing for you looking at these bookshelves, but I have to because I know sometimes it will actually give you something. Let's talk to it. Let's look at this note.
Why would the Dark Brotherhood murder... Oh no! We need to talk about this. Alright, I think I figured it out. The assassin followed Therese down here, murdered her, and took her place so they could gain access to the watchtower. Pretty clever, but they didn't have to kill her.
Does this sound like the usual way the Dark Brotherhood operates? That's actually something I have no idea about. I would assume they could do stuff like this, right? I'm sure they have.
No, not from what I've read anyway. I thought they only killed those whose names appeared on their contracts.
Oh.
I can't imagine anyone asked them to kill a poor servant. Yes, but we still need to check on Counselor Valeria. And someone needs to go to Gideon and make sure that Councillor Van Dacia is all right. Can I leave those tasks to you? I want to return to Leowin and consult with Councillor Leviticus.
She's making us do all the busy work. I guess we have to.
Oh, good point. Before you head out, report to Commander Orton. Tell him what happened to Therese, and how we think the assassin slipped into the watchtower undetected. His brigandines need to be able to recognize an imposter when they see one.
I'll report.
After you report to the commander, make contact with Councillors Valeria and Van
And then this is like flavor text, alright? So we're gonna skip that.
to get her records, and Van Dacia works in the Gideon courthouse. Cracked acorns! I suddenly had the weirdest feeling come over me.
Well, maybe we should listen to her.
Yes. No, I don't know. We were talking about the counselors, Valeria and Van Dacia. Suddenly I had a premonition. It was brief and disturbing and mildly unpleasant, like the dreams I've been having. But this is the first time while I was...
Oh, she's been having dreams. Okay.
Remember I told you about that strange book I found? The one with the Daedric writing that I can't read? I've been having bad dreams since I found it, and the dreams are becoming more frequent. This time it happened right while we were talking.
Oh no, she's seen that upside down.
It was just a flash, but it was accompanied by a feeling. I felt a sense of overwhelming evil, all tied up in the figure I saw in my mind. Like someone held a portrait in front of my face for just a moment and then pulled it away.
What did it look like?
One of the waking flame cultists, I think. Someone powerful, in command. A dark silhouette wrapped in a cloak. I'll never forget the feeling it invoked. It was like a wave of hopelessness. We can deal with this later. Let's get back to it.
Yep, let's get back to business.
All right. You talked to the fort's servants and rummaged around in our pantry. What's the verdict? Did you find the missing servant?
I sure did. I sure did find them.
That's... Oh, that's horrible. Are you sure? No. Of course you're sure. No one would lie about something like that. I'll tell her brother what happened and send someone to tend to her body.
Goodbye. we got it. Alright, so now we have to go warn the counselor. It should always show up on your compass, by the way, guys, as long as it's in the area. And I do think even if it's not, like, the compass will lead you to, like, a boat or, like, some kind of form of travel where it'll eventually take you there. But most of the missions are pretty straightforward, right? So you might not... usually you won't get too lost. There's something over here. I'm just gonna take a little peek at it. Aylet well. I have no idea what an Aylet is, but there's a well there. Usually when you come up to these things, they just kind of buff your health for a little while. You get a bit of experience for just coming across it. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna go bigger life bar. Oh, he didn't drop anything. That's unfortunate. Alright. Oh! Everybody caught me off guard. I don't know why he was running like that. They usually just kind of walk back and forth. Or just like sit down. Let's not get too into the meaningless combat. And I do want to get to the better moves that this class has, right? I mean, Blast Bones is kind of a staple move. It's like bread and butter almost. But is it the most interesting move? Not really. Alright. Oh, helmet. We had these wild animals in here, but I mean, you know, it's a cave, so there's gonna be animals in there. But the counselor's in here. Sorry, are they just guarding her? Do they know her? She got past all these things, no problem. And I don't see any like uh dead animals around. Cause she should have a guard with her. Just a couple guards, right?
The mercenary. A few moments later, and you would have found an empty cave. Your timing really is impeccable. We've already packed up my records, and we're about to head out. But what news of the other counselors? Did your warnings reach them in time? All three of them?
Yep, all three of them.
Disheartening news. Well, I'll take my records to Leowen. Perhaps between the two of us, Counselor Leviticus and I can ascertain what past incident has returned to haunt us.
Kind of records did you keep, lady?
Just a lifetime of public service and bureaucracy. Mostly financial records, but also meeting notes, ledgers, those sorts of things. I oversaw budgets and finances, the collection of taxes, public works, and I kept immaculate records. That's good to hear. Emperor Leovic loved to hide things in coded documents. But what about Counselor Vendacia? Do we know if he's still safe in Gideon? Perfect. Remind him he's too old to play the hero.
Yeah.
And I want to see him in Leowen Castle immediately, if not sooner. These brigandines will make sure I get to the city safely. Me and my records both. Godspeed, mercenary.
Hmm. Okay. She sounds familiar, doesn't she?
I still can't believe this is happening. It seems our past has come back to haunt us in ways we could have never imagined. I'll head to Leowen. I pray we'll all be safe there.
She looks familiar too. Even though she looks very angry at us for no reason, right? She kind of looks like Lucy Lawless. She kind of sounds like Lucy Lawless a little bit. I know there's been some celebrity voice actors here, or just like established voice actors that have done the game. I'm not saying it's her because I don't think it is, but very reminiscent. Now we gotta go warn the counselor. We're just doing a lot of warning and talking. Or we gotta go there. Gotta go to Gideon, guys. We're taking all the shortcuts, right? You don't gotta do it like this. Some people take the actual route. I just beeline it. I beeline it. If there's a waypoint shrine, fantastic. If there's not, then doesn't bother me none. Put this staff away for now. Oh, here we are. Where's the entrance? Where's the entrance? We're on this side. You can get in trouble for killing people's livestock, by the way. We're not in the right spot. That was all my fault. Epic fail. But now we'll just take the regular path, I guess. It's not too far off. Person, I need a little bit of help. That is a person. That's a player. Level 13, okay. Oh no, as you can see, like our abilities are leveling up. Oh yeah, I do think we should probably put our points in. So what I think is gonna happen is we're gonna go magic, like I said, right? So keep in mind you can respec these later on down the line. It's not really gonna affect your story too much if you're like low level anyway. And you can see we've been getting some stuff up, right? The Bone Tyrant is like level 10, Gravelord is level 10, Living Death is level 9. And every make sure you come back and check when you like unlock these moves, right? So the next one here is 20. It should be the same thing down the list, right? 20, right? This should be 20 as well. And we're really more concerned about the Grave Lord for now, at least, and Living Death. Keep in mind, if you like, have more of the moves on your hotbar, the faster it will go up, right? So if I had 2 Gravelord moves, it'll like level up faster. But we do want to get Spirit Mender, and we're definitely going for a Skeleton Mage here. It's gonna take a minute. We're kind of just checking the passers too. You could make sure you check and get the passers as well because they're pretty important. But we're nowhere near anything at the moment.
Challenge what you know. If you're courageous enough, all things are possible. I offer no mere prestidigitation. Curated magical sensations for people of all nations for only a modicum of monetary demarcation.
It's a grifter. Show me something.
A coin and I would be delighted to comply. What captivates your soul? To witness life through another's brows? The soar in freedom between the clouds? To see to those wrapped in shrouds?
So these don't do really anything for you. You basically just waste your money. But we can waste a little bit, right? Let's see. If you say you want to see the clouds, he'll teleport you up into the sky and you'll just take a bunch of fall damage, which is I think is kind of funny.
Into the air with you I command. There may be danger when you land.
Oh no, fall damage. That's all he did. That's not really anything. That's just flavor, pretty much. You'll find some little things like that throughout the world. Depends on the map too. There we go. We got the shrine. Okay. I sure do wish I would have leveled up that mount. That was all my fault for not doing it. We'll just seems like if we just take this path, we'll be okay. We keep in mind running cost, stamina, dodge roll, and blocking, right? We just have like kind of a decent amount because we did use some champion points to invest into our character. So my stamina is slightly higher than the average like newbie that's coming in. You know, it's first starting out fresh to the game. I do think there's a shrine here. There it is right there. Let's hit that shrine first and make sure that we can teleport back here. Teleporting, guys, is free as long as you use waypoint shrines and teleport to other waypoint shrines. So make sure you find all the waypoint shrines. That waypoint shrine, waypoint shrine.
I was attacked in the streets of our fair city, Keshu. I demand you deal with the criminal post-haste.
Your guards did their job, Counselor Vandacia. The prisoner is secure.
And what's this? More assassins? Explain yourself immediately.
Alright, alright.
One attempt on my life today is more than enough. You're another one of those Dark Brotherhood bastards, I assure you. You won't find either myself or Governor Keshu to be easy prey. Warn me. As always, Leviticus offers too little and too late. I received the letter, same as the other counselors. My personal guard took the threat seriously, and we captured the assassin in the act. What of my esteemed colleagues? Are they safe? Dead. All three of them. This is unimaginable.
We have all three of them.
Earl Lupus's letter suggested the Longhouse Emperors left behind a secret that would prove to be a threat. I thought he was just being melodramatic. Has Leviticus determined what this is about?
Secret concerns the foreign ambitions of Mayron's Dagon. I believe that's how you pronounce it, right? We're examining all the records to learn more.
Four ambitions? Never heard of them. How could something I know nothing about make me a target of the Dark Brotherhood? It's got to be a mistake. You must question the prisoner. Get him to confess and reveal the truth of this sordid affair.
Yep, we'll talk to him as soon as I plug my controller in. We'll talk to him for you. I mean, that's all we're good for. Just running tasks and for people.
Governor Keshu locked the prisoner in a holding cell in the courthouse basement. Question the villain and find out why the Dark Brotherhood is trying to wipe out anyone who was part of the Imperial Elder Council. I'll head for Leowin afterward.
You really don't have any idea what the secret of the Longhouse Emperors pertains to?
I wish there was something I could tell you. The letter I received suggested that some old council business was the cause of all this. Why the Dark Brotherhood would be interested in such menial affairs, I'm not sure.
Alright. Enough of you.
I didn't know you were interested in that genre. I'll have to remember that.
So where's this prisoner at?
The cell door is open.
Popped in.
Poured something on the lock. Hit me. And escaped.
What did he hit you with? There's a corroded lock there. Let's take a look at that.
Some sort of acid ate right through the lock. Look, there's more of it on the floor.
I see it.
He ran that way, toward the old ruins.
Toward the ruins, you said? Okay. You can just follow the, you don't have to talk to anybody here, right? You can just follow the little trail.
Over. How rude.
He attacked this legionnaire and ran into the ruins of the old city.
Okay. You got it. Luckily, since we're on the newer Xbox, the loading isn't too bad. Not that it was horrible before. Not at all. You could farm this place for a little while because these frogs do spawn back fairly quickly. Just for some quick XP. Though it's not very ideal. They just have some scraps. Scraps of their hide. There's a hidden chamber, some bookshelves. Just read those real quick. Here's a letter. Just make sure it's pretty quick. The ruins within Bloodrun Cave were gutted long ago, turned into a charnel pit by the local villages. However, the sanctuary itself remains pristine. The cave's reputation as a place of untold danger clearly persists. This will serve us well. Fighting through the cave itself may take some doing, but the door is located far back within the ruins. It is a long trek, be warned. If we intend to reopen the sanctuary, you must clear it out. I leave the details to you. I remember, Death, my brother. That's the key. Matron Astara.
You're persistent, I'll give you that. All right, let's chat. Do you make it a habit to read other people's mail? That letter is personal and private, full of sensitive information. Well, aren't you a fast reader? If you chased after me because of something Council Van Dacia told you, well, he lied. If the Dark Brotherhood sets out to kill you, you're dead. We don't make mistakes. We don't fail. Not ever. I haven't killed anyone. Not recently, anyway. And if you're talking about our calling card, anyone can dip their palm in black ink and slap it on a sheet of parchment. Look, we receive no contracts. I'm here on different business entirely.
Who want to blame the Dark Brotherhood for these murders?
Good question. If you figure it out, let me know. I certainly owe someone for the bruises the Councilor's guards gave me. Now, as much fun as this has been, I really do need to get back to my daring escape. Best of luck with your mystery.
If you really are innocent, come back to the courthouse with me. That sounds like a dumb idea. Right, like a dumb suggestion.
Tempting, but no. I detest so-called places of justice.
Off it goes. I do gotta double back and talk to the counselor.
So, the mercenary from Leowin has returned. Tell me, were you able to capture the assassin? Or perhaps you killed him in battle once you caught up to him? I am eager to hear the news. Allow me to peruse the document, if you will. Proof positive that the Dark Brotherhood is in Blackwood. We must find this sanctuary and destroy it.
Hey, see, you never attacked me.
Such lies fall from his lips like rain from the sky on a stormy day. Villains never freely admit their guilt. The evidence is right here in this letter. Meet me and Leowin, and we'll share this information with Leviticus.
There was Governor Cashew.
What? Oh, my personal guard are nearby, and these legionnaires are sufficient. You need not be concerned. As for Keshu, she had business to attend to. Gideon's business. I saw no reason to distract her from her regular duties. Now to Leowin.
That was suspicious, huh? If you're concerned for your well-being, as you said, where you have some better guards, not just these regular dudes. I'm not saying they can't handle themselves, but you know, you'd be more cautious.
Well,
I'm sorry. I ain't doing nothing to you. Okay. So we have to go to Lewin Castle. See, here's the nice thing. Now we can just teleport back there, right? Teleport, fast travel, all the same thing. You see all these players out here. Let's take a quick look at everybody. See if they're nice and swagged out.
Comrade, a word.
Alright, enough of that. We got a mission to finish up. Like all those fancy mounts you see, guys, that's gonna cost you. I'm not sure, like, if there has to be like a handful of free mounts you get, right? There's like you get 2 horses, but they're like pretty generic looking. Who's this? A person and their partner?
They must be driven out of Blackwood.
I still can't figure out why they would be targeting us, Vandacia.
Eliminate the threat first. Then we can seek answers.
All of the remaining counselors in Blackwood are gathered here in the castle. Valeria, Vandacia, and myself. While we await the arrival of the scribe I sent for, tell me what you uncovered in Gideon. I'm not sure I agree with Vandacia's assessment.
Found the letter. Alright.
Yes. I remember reports of their presence early in Morikar's reign, but they were driven out. The assassins must see this as the perfect opportunity to reclaim their base, but what does that have to do with Leovik's secret and the ambitions?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Valeria and I were just discussing that. We think Leovik had each of the counselors unknowingly working on a different aspect of the Ambitions project. They each had access to a piece of the puzzle, but no one but Leovik knew everything. That's our prevailing theory. If the counselors ever came together to compare notes, the truth of the Ambitions would be revealed. To stop that from happening, the Dark Brotherhood was sent to kill my colleagues.
Yeah, he said he wasn't doing it, though.
Indeed. Very curious. Still, I'm hesitant to take the word of an admitted killer at face value. Not with so much at stake. Regardless, their very presence still poses a threat to all of Blackwood. The sanctuary cannot be allowed to reopen. Jirix and Sophis' documents contain information written in Imperial code. I sent for the scribe Baragon, but he has yet to arrive. Until then, the counselors will remain safe within these walls. You have done well so far, and have my thanks. Whatever the truth behind
Is another piece of the quest complete, guys?
we can't allow the Dark Brotherhood to gain a foothold in Blackwood. I'd like you and Evely to go to
Shouldn't see you send some brigadines.
Until we know more, I'm not prepared to engage in an all-out war with the Dark Brotherhood. No, better to send you and Evely to investigate the situation.
Okay, fair enough.
Then we can determine if a more forceful response is warranted.
We did gain a level finally.
Over here.
So here you get to pick what you want to craft, right? So if you're like the general rule, even though you know the meta's changed, is like healers and like magicka people, spellcasters will use the spellcaster armor, right? And then people with medium armor, people that use bows, technically, for the most part, they'll be using this, right? Bows and dual wield. And then you know the heavy armor is the heavy armor. I do think from the bonuses though, you do benefit more from having mostly medium armor and then having like one light and one heavy. With that said, we're not going to be crafting anything really, so it doesn't matter what we pick. See what folks, but we did also get Bone Tearing Living Death up to 10, right? So we do have our first passives here. Let's take a look at the Bone Tearing passive. Death Gleaning with a Bone Tearing ability slotted. Let's do that over. Death Gleaning 1 with a Bone Tearing ability slotted. Whenever an enemy you are in combat with dies within 20 meters of you, restore 100 magic and stamina. That's not bad at all. Let's just no. We can't really. We don't have that many points to just start popping points in there. We have Curative Curse. While you have a negative effect on you, your healing done is increased by 4%. We can also morph Render Flesh, which we're not going to do right away. But it has two morphs here. There's Resistant Flesh and there's Blood Sacrifice. And as you can see, the new effect that grants resistance to the target equal to half of the amount healed. And Blood Sacrifice consumes a corpse to heal a second target, which is not bad for healers, right? Especially if you're like running through like trash mobs and stuff like that. You could pop a corpse and use it to heal someone else, like an extra target. So pretty good for the healers. And we have Expunge. Oh, we already had Expunge. But we're working on mostly Gravelord right now, it looks like. Blast Bones is almost at his cap. Once it gets to the end of level 4, that's it. It doesn't go to level 5. So Blast Bones is almost done. I do think, actually, that we haven't morphed it yet. So it is close to being morphed. And let's just take a look at our destruction staff. Okay, there's nothing we can do there. As far as the orc skills go, we have nothing. Really, we're looking for this with Warrior. Increase weapon and spell damage, and it reduces the cost of sprint. Increases our movement speed. We could do that 3 times, right? So that's what we're looking for. Also, Unflinching Rage is pretty good. When you deal damage, you get health back. Just kind of the reason we're doing all this stuff, because I do kind of want to do a little bit of PvP with him. If we talk to her, it'll start the next quest line, like the story for Blackwood, whatever you want to call it.
You heard Leviticus. Time to get back to work.
Blackwood scenario.
While the counselors stay safe in Leowin Castle and wait for the scribe to arrive, we need to find out what the Dark Brotherhood is actually up to.
There's actually an official name for it, not just another name. Take a look at it.
These are definitely orders. It mentions Bloodrun Cave. That's northeast of Leowin, toward the edge of Blackwood territory. Well, as the spinners always say, the best way to find out what's happening in the clearing is to step into it. Of course it does. Nothing has been easy since I found that strange book and started chasing down Leovik's secret. Well, are you still interested in solving the mystery of the ambitions? The counselor should be safe.
Yeah, we're going. We
need to determine if the Dark Brotherhood is behind the murders or not. Either way, that sanctuary is a threat to Blackwood. I just hope I don't have another one of those waking visions.
Waking visions.
Remember back at Fort Blueblood when we found the murdered servant? I had a vision of a shadowy figure. It was a robed and hooded cultist. Order of the Waking Flame, I think. It was brief and powerful, over in a moment, but the figure felt evil. What else could it be? The book seems very old and it's written in a language we can't read. Just carrying it around, it feels heavy.
I do believe you can buy her outfit in the cash shop.
I didn't know I had. But Lupus sent me to find it. It must be important.
Important hell.
I'm an archer, not a Daedric scholar or anything.
Alright.
I don't
Relax,
think I'll
Agate.
let the Order of the Waking Flame get their hands on it, though. And maybe one of these visions, if I have any more, will actually help us figure this all out.
You sure you want to keep carrying that book around?
No, but that last vision I had was clearly a warning about the cult leader, whoever they are. They're powerful and evil. So, bad dreams or no bad dreams, I think I'll hang on to the book, just in case.
I will say this, guys, right, about,
You at Blood Run Cave.
okay.
You made the right call. You won't be safe until the Dark Brotherhood is driven out of Black.
Optional steps. Talk to Captain.
Bloodrun Cave is a dangerous place. Whether the Dark Brotherhood is
So you don't really have to talk to him, right? That's just some extra stuff. We're just gonna kind of breeze through this. That's all like flavor, talking about the ambitions. Or they don't know what the ambitions are. They assume it's a weapon, like a powerful weapon. But I will say this about the Crown Star, right? There's a lot of stuff in here, and they are guilty of the sin of like making you buy crowns, and then the crowns you use the crowns to buy other things, right? That's all to make you spend more money than you have to, right? There's definite things wrong, but mostly it's like cosmetics, and I mean there are these crates which are lock boxes, right? Um, but if you want to like customize your character, you're better off of getting like one of these generic outfits to begin with, because you need to collect a lot of armor in the game to make your own like custom piece, right? So you need something to hold you off a little bit, unless you're just happy with the armor you're wearing, which is fine too, right? But I wouldn't even spend my money on like the loot crates or the you know, some of the flavor stuff. As long as it's like cosmetic, I don't really care about too much. I buy it just because. But if you're looking to buy stuff, DLCs, guys, right? That's what you should be buying here. There's quite a lot of them. There's quite a lot of them, guys, right? So just make sure the DLC is one you want to do, or there's something in there that you want to get out of it, right? Or it offers you something that's worth your while. You can see we don't have all of them because I kind of picked and choose what I wanted, and some of these were on sale, right? Like this one here was on sale. You know, all these grayed out ones that I purchased. There's something in there that I wanted. There are some pretty good items in the DLCs. The things that come to mind, like right off the bat, are like being able to scry, which I don't have the ability to do because I don't have that DLC, and there's like two pretty powerful rings if you're going to be like a solo master that you might want to look into. Do keep in mind, though, there is not required, right? Like you don't have to go get them. So if you're very new, don't just drop a don't get your credit card out just yet, folks. All right, just to experience the game. Experience the game, have a little bit of fun. Now we gotta go to Bloodrun Cave, though. Now where's this cave at? Where's this cave at? Oh, this cave is all the way over there. Hmm. You know what I think we should do? I think we should take a very quick little teleport. Hang on. Okay. We should take a waypoint. That's what I was trying to. That's what I was trying to think of. Let's cut through the water here. You see, there's people peppered around this map, even on this one. Okay, so the closest would be to this Castle right here, right? Looks about right.
I can't wait to take a load off at the inn.
Unfortunately, we are gonna have to do some more walking. Let's go ahead and make our way over there. I do check the map a lot, folks, guys. So, folks, guys, I do check the map a lot, guys. Right? So, ignore that. I get a little bit OCD. So, you'll see that happen fairly often. Even if I know I'm going the right way, I'll still pop the map open to be sure. That's what I do in real life too. Like if I'm going somewhere, I just keep popping up Google Maps and looking at it. Unfortunately, I have no sense of direction, right? And if it wasn't for Google Maps, I'd be I'd be gone from this mortal coil. Right, I get lost. Oh, I get lost and meet my end. Call me off guard. Oh, interesting. Interesting. There's a portal over here. Guess what that is, guys? So we can go in here. This is basically a public dungeon. They pop up throughout this world here, in this map in particular in Blackwood. I do believe this, what you guys would know this more as, is a portal to Oblivion. I do believe that's what this is. Why don't we walk in here? It is a public dungeon though, so the enemies are a little bit tougher. I will die, I'm pretty sure, if there's nobody in there. But this is a portal or a gateway to Oblivion. I do think that's what it actually is, right? And here we are. There's a big old demon right here. Or Daedra? Daedra are just demons, right? You have to excuse me. I'm not knowledgeable in the lore, but you can't fight that one. He's just here to look evil. Right, there's some watchers up here. If you go into that lava, you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna get burnt up, basically.
Dare challenge our Lord of Fire and Blood?
So I'm kind of hesitant to do this because usually, if you don't see people here already running through, they're waiting at the end. They're like farming the boss in this level. But we'll push forward a little bit, and if I die, we'll go back to the Waypoint Shrine, and then we'll just like continue with the story. Yeah, they're pretty tough. I feel like this is a bad idea already. This is meant for like a couple other people to be here with you. Or like you're pretty powerful already. Yeah. I think what I think we'll do is just clear this part out and walk out because clearly we're just gonna be suffering. There we go, okay. They drop some stuff, some gold, some Daedra hearts, some gear. We'll just push forward a little bit because these enemies will respawn. We'll just take a nice little look around. So that's just lava, guys, right? There's some creatures up there in the sky. Artifacts. This is just a dungeon, pretty much. Right, so there's enemies in the distance. But I don't think we're at the point where we can solo this. Not on this character. Let's not waste our time, folks. We're at kind of low level though. I usually like to be a little bit higher level before I start doing all this story stuff. So keep in mind we're not going to do too much exploring, right? I'm mostly going to be like beelining it to like the story points because if I stop to explore, you already guys know, as you guys know, if I stop to do that, we'll never get done, right? It'll take forever, so we're just going to beeline it to the story points, try to get those done, and then see what we could do about actually leveling up because these won't give us too many levels, I don't think. As you can see, there's a lot of dialogue and it's not that much combat as well. Which is fine when you finish the mission, they give you like a bunch of experience, but in the meantime, we're not really getting anything. Is that an enemy? That is an enemy. This crab is a people eater. I don't know if we can let these crabs get away with that. There is a, is this like a little farmhouse? Yeah, so there's another side quest here, right? This whole thing has like side quests and all kinds of stuff, right? We'll do the side quest like another day. Because even the side quests are pretty lengthy. Right? Because usually you would like, you would come down here, you would either go this way, up this path, or you would cut them back up along here, up along here, and you were like, you'd be looking around if you were just like starting a game, looking around, and you would find a lot of stuff. We are kind of bypassing it by just cutting through the woods. I'm gonna have to stop and get these guys because I don't want my mercenary. My mercenary is pretty tough right now, but I gotta leave him hanging. Okay. Make sure we get this way shrine. Do I keep calling it Waypoint Shrine? That is a Diablo thing, huh? It's close enough to just call it that, though, because that's what it is. It's just the same thing. Makes me wonder if there's something like that in Dungeons and Dragons, right? Because I'm pretty sure almost everything we see this day came from that. And I wonder where Dungeons and Dragons got all this lore from. Right, because that's like wherever Dungeons and Dragons got it from, that's like the father of all this stuff. Because Dungeons and Dragons is like where everything got this from. Where all this like lore comes from. Now we have to go to Bloodrun Cave. This is a delve, which you can solo usually. Right, there's like delves, there's dungeons, public dungeons. Oh, we're missing something.
Glad you made it. I wasn't looking forward to going much deeper without you.
We're missing something here, guys. Hold on. Let's back out. There is a side mission, I believe, that I walked by. That we might as well just grab because we're going to be in here anyway. There it is. What do you mean? Disturbing their remains.
When I arrived here, he had already raised many shadow-scale bodies to fight for him. In order to spare the three I came to perform last rites upon from this fate, I must destroy their skeletons. Will you help? I can pay you.
Yep, I'll help. We'll help, alright. So we do have two quests in one, basically. You explore the cave, and while we're doing that, we can find the skeletons, burn them up.
Time is a force of change. We should hurry.
Glad you made it. I wasn't looking forward to going much deeper without you. So this is Blood Run Cave, huh? Creepy. You go on ahead. I'll follow behind you. Make sure nothing tries to ambush us. I'll catch up farther in. Check the letter you found. It said something about a door located deeper inside the cave.
Yep.
And there was a strange line about death being the key, whatever that means. Go on. I'll follow along shortly.
Yep. You got it, lady. So this isn't part of this is the side quest we're doing right here, right?
Quickly, destroy them.
And there's like the other two on this map.
Piece of destruction.
I don't think it matters too much which way you go because they all like see this part loops into this part, so it doesn't really matter. There's like some ghosts, some specters. So you see something like that, that's what I thought we'd be able to like summon. You know, we are a Necromancer after all. The Necromancer, like enemies, they're a little more fitting to their role than we are in the game. They definitely are. I mean, we do summon our skeletons too, but it's not the same. It's not like a pet. Like there's like it's kind of like a pet that comes out, right? Or a helper. They stay out for quite a bit. At least we're getting some combat in. Oh, we can morph glass bones. Nice. I do see someone fighting over here, so I kind of want to go over there. Help get some damage in. And we can take a look at the blast bone morphs in a minute. Oh, there's a crystal over here. Okay, we'll have to get to that. Let's take a look at these morphs. It looks like they're trying to find their way up there. Yeah, then you... Yep. You got it, Mario. Let's go. Yep, you go over there. Uh-huh. And then what? Where are you going? Where are you going? Yep. You go up there, uh-huh. And then... Yep. Yep. So they're having a hard time trying to get up here, right? I do believe it's either you go down this path and take a shortcut, or you actually head this way and get led back up there. I don't think you do it like this, but he might be brute forcing it, which seems like it's working. No. No. Not working at all. Why don't we take a look at our skills first, right? So we can morph blast bones. There's blighted blast bones, which converts into a stamina ability and deals disease damage. Reduces healing received on enemies on hit, which is pretty good for PvP. We're gonna go for stalking blast bones, dude. The skeleton deals more damage the longer it chases its target. So you could summon it pretty early, and the longer it's out, the more damage it'll do. So every second it spends out chasing its target, it increases the damage of the explosion by 10%, up to a maximum of 50%. So we're gonna get stalking. This one doesn't look any different technically, so we're not gonna look at it until I summon it, which is right now. So there's a stalking blast balance. It has a target, blows up, it does even more damage as you can see. Pretty good move. Pretty good move. And the reason we're just coming around here is so that we can get that sky shard, because I'm pretty sure it is this way. Remember, you need 3 sky shards to make 1 skill point, guys. Also, the enemies have been doing this lately. They've been... Oh, I think it's chasing Mary. Yeah. So we want that sky shard, right? I believe that sky shard is the way we're going. So we'll just continue this way. You see, he stays out for a little bit. Oh, I guess he found something to chase. Usually whatever's highlighted in this red aura, right, is what they'll chase. Now you know how it goes, stay out of the red stuff. I do see that we passed by some enemies, right? But we'll just group them up. Unfortunately, I see they're kind of spellcasters, so now we're gonna have to. Okay, we're good. Yeah, it really upped its damage, huh? Yeah, so here's the little hidden path you could walk through. There you go. I wonder if they're still down there looking around. Or if they gave up and, let's take a look down there. No, it looks like they gave up. But we can drop down now, because I do think there is the actual quest here. There should be a shadow scale body somewhere. There it is. The nice thing about this, I believe, right, is when they're off balance, if you do a heavy attack. Ah, he got me. He totally ruined my mojo right there, but we'll do it on the next set of ads, hopefully. So the nice thing about this, right, off balance, you do a heavy attack. Usually either stuns them or knocks them down. Right, so I should be like using this scythe more often, but we're not gonna. I say as I use it, and then do a heavy attack. You're better off starting your blast bones early, that way it's just out and running, doing some damage. Gain a level, guys. So there's some decent weapons here, right? This is the Prophet set of gear. So they all basically give you the training trait, which is increases experience gained. Unfortunately, there is no Prophet Lightning Staff. There's only the Inferno one, so it doesn't really matter what I pick. Right now, at least. What I do think we'll do is we'll get the shield. Right, we'll get the shield. Because at some point, I'm probably either going to have to tank or heal, as well as DPS. So we'll get the shield out. Just as a little precaution. And there's Avalai over there, you see her? And she's talking out loud even though there's like, it's crawling with enemies here. She's giving away my location, guys, right? Get off me. Whenever you get next to these tomes right there, usually it summons a big ol' bone titan? I guess we'll take a look at it. But you're guaranteed to get one of these guys to spawn out. Bone Colossus. That's what I said, guys. Bone Colossus. Something's going on with one of these players, but we'll take advantage of it. Oh, so the last skeleton is around here somewhere, huh? There it is.
The skull of this shadow scale is missing. I think I know why.
Missing skull, Memjasa?
Maybe we successfully destroyed almost all of the remains, but the shadow scale with the missing skull is cause for concern. I believe those remains once belonged to Ajum Shay, a shadow
Ajum
scale
Shay.
who was said to have plucked out his own eye and sealed a powerful necromantic gem within the socket. It granted him the power to see lost spirits. Tuma Mazath must have taken it in order to conduct his ritual.
Interesting.
If
What do
I
we
am
do?
correct, we must locate Tuma Mazath's ritual site. If he used the skull and the gem inside to power his ritual, it should be...
Okay, I got it. You can also morph, morph wall elements, right? If you're doing like DPS and using your staff, really your best bet is to do unstable wall. So what that does is, as you can see, the wall explodes when it expires. Deals additional damage, right? It's good for a couple of reasons. First of all is to increase damage, right? Second of all is because you recasting Wall of Element counts as the last one ending. So, for example, we'll just pop this out. And we'll let it play out. You'll probably get a dab before it reaches its end, but... yeah. Here, we'll try it on this guy. He might take a little bit more punishment. Right, so it's out. Right then it ended. Did a big tick of damage right there, as you can see. But that big tick could also happen if you just recast. You see that big burst of damage right there, guys? So you can spam that. It does cost magicka each time, so you got to be, you know, careful if you recasting it a bunch. There's the skull. So someone was in here. That's why there's no boss. Usually there is a boss guarding the skull. But we're done here, so we might as well just make a run for it. Keep in mind, folks, that was just a side quest. Right, the actual quest is further in. So this is the quest we're actually doing, is we got to go through here. I start looking around, so we're just going to finish up the regular quest as well. And once we leave, then we can meet up with our buddy over there. So here's where we're supposed to go for the main quest.
This looks promising. Let's talk. That creepy black door. That's got to be the entrance to the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. I doubt it's as simple as turning a knob, because that door doesn't have one. Let me see that letter you found again. Wasn't there... gutted, untold danger, long trek, clear out... Ah! Here it is. And remember, death, my brother, that's the key.
How is that a key?
Maybe it's a passphrase? I've read about things like that in some of my mystery novels. Go knock on the door or something and see what happens.
Make me do all the work.
See if that passphrase opens the creepy black door.
So, you know, if you pick the wrong one, the door's not gonna open. Sometimes like a trap will spring or something, so we'll just do deaf. Okay. Let me in. How dare they? Here we are.
Still looking for your murderer? Well, you've come to the wrong place, my friend.
We found the Black Hands beside every body.
Must I say it again?
You've been duped, and the Dark Brotherhood has been set up to take the blame. Haven't we had this conversation already? The Dark Brotherhood didn't murder those counselors. I have no quarrel with you, and you none with me. Now turn around and leave before you force me to do something you will definitely regret.
If you didn't kill the counselors, they wouldn't demand to know what you're doing in Blackwood.
Leowin demands, does it? Very well. This sanctuary belongs to the Dark Brotherhood. It has for a very long time. I have been given the joyous task of reopening it. I assure you, we're a business. We have no designs on Leowin or the counselors.
If not the Dark Brotherhood, then who's been murdering the counselors?
Obviously some enemy of the counselors who wants to confuse you, throw suspicion on the Dark Brotherhood, keep you chasing after shadows while they accomplish whatever it is.
Uh-oh, who's that?
Perhaps we can work together to... What? Now what?
Oh, they got him.
Portaling in. Quickly, secure the sanctuary.
That's the Order of the Waking Flame. What are they doing here? Come on, we need to figure out what's going on.
Okay, we can do that, but first I must read every book in this library. Let me just, give me a second later. Okay. Got that one. Yep. Read it. Yep. I know it's usually nothing. I say this a couple times already, but sometimes you do get something, right? Like your woodworking will go up, or your dual wield will go up a level or so. So it's worth just trying. And you don't have to like read the whole thing, so just go in there and back out.
This can't be a coincidence. Did the Waking Flame cultists follow us here?
The Waking Flame. There's a conjurer down there. He killed one of the Brotherhood members. So, I won't lie, she has a unique moveset, right? If we get it in the game, I've never seen it before, but she throws like these little bottles on the floor that blow up sometimes. It's like a supplement to her archery kind of skills. I thought it'd be cool to have something like that in the game where you kind of throw potions or like I don't know all the classes in every game, right? Because apparently in one of the games, and I guess I could be wrong about this, but there was like a spear in one of the games. There's no spear in this game, right? Maybe some of the classes got folded over into other ones and mixed and combined. Right, so maybe there was a class where you did a bunch of alchemical stuff. I guess that's the best way I could think of it, is like an alchemist where they throw these potions around. Let's continue on further inside. But more, more classes is always more fun. It's better than less classes, isn't it?
The Waking Flame is definitely trying to occupy this sanctuary. But why?
If it were up to me, there would be way more classes than there are already. Personally, right? I like some variety. One thing you should also keep in mind is that there is no like token to change your class. Like you could change everything else, your race, your alliance. I don't think you could change your sex though, but like your race, your alliance, you could change your name. Can't change your class though for some reason. People have been asking for that, but it's fallen on deaf ears for now. Let's just get them all there, zoning in. I do think that's a very cool skill though. I want something like that where you just throw some AoEs on the floor.
this will satisfy your masters in Leowyn. The Dark Brotherhood is not your enemy. The Order of the Waking Flame invaded our sanctuary and killed my brothers and sisters. I can't let them get away with that.
No, what they attack?
To me, the cultists didn't want you talking to me. Didn't want you hearing me tell you for the 100th time that the Dark Brotherhood didn't kill those counselors. If you ask me, those are your murderers. The Order of the Waking Flame.
Yep, it seems about right.
Opportunity and motive. Look, I don't know what that may be, and I don't want to know. But I do want to step through this portal and stick my dagger in their high priest's throat. Care to come along? Good.
Yep, I guess I'll do it.
Dark Brotherhood assassin deals with unsanctioned targets. And please notice that I won't be dropping any notes or leaflets along the way. Come on, let's go before the portal closes.
Stay with the assassin. I'll inform Captain Rianne and Counselor Leviticus about the cultists.
Yep, so she's going off. And here's our new buddy for a while.
An alien ruin? Not the worst place for it. Oh, looks like I'm not the only one who leaves important papers lying about.
The Wood Elf Archer has been a problem since Black Drake Villa. She and her friends are getting too close to learning the truth over the Ovik's secret, and they continue to interfere with our efforts to gain possession of the four ambitions. Putting them on the trail of the Dark Brotherhood worked for a while. We bought ourselves time. Now to finish this. As your High Priest, I command you to follow into the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary, recover the cache Leovic hid in his ruins, and kill them all. Assassins and Leowyn mercenaries alike. And once the Wood Elf is dead, see if she still carries the sacred book. So
Their high priest actually
they want that book.
to kill us.
I can just like stand in this. Usually it's not a good idea.
That amulet looks important. Better hang on to that.
I don't think we have to like run this full gauntlet here. But we're gonna do it anyway. Oh, look at that, there is something there. Okay.
Approximation of our calling card. That entire pile is obviously a forgery.
And a whole bunch of fake Dark Brotherhood calling cards.
So the Order of the Waking Flame killed your counselors and placed the blame on the Dark Brotherhood. Then their high priest sent his followers to kill us. Care to enlighten me as to what this is actually all about now?
I think they're murderers. The murderers. Yeah, the murderers. We think the murderers have something to do with the secret of the Longhouse Emperors.
All this fuss and bother over an old Imperial secret? Let's review what we learned. The High Priest of the Order of the Waking Flame sent cultists to the Sanctuary to eliminate both my Dark Brotherhood assassins and you and the Wood Elf.
And there's some evidence
Obviously,
there.
the cult has someone watching you. They knew exactly when to attack, certain we'd all be in the Sanctuary. Plus, they were after some cache hidden there. So who are these cultists? And how well do you trust your masters in Leowyn?
Are you suggesting the Mayron's Dagon Call has spies in Leowyn Castle?
I'm not suggesting anything. Just following the clues. If the cultists are Dagonists, then their high priest is probably a true fanatic. This secret must be pretty important, and most likely pertains to death and destruction. Let's see if something deeper inside this ruin points us to the identity of the cult's high priest. Figure out who they are, and you may learn more about this secret than you ever imagined. Oh, and you still have that amulet. It might come in handy. because I owe them for besmirching the good reputation of the Dark Brotherhood and for ordering the deaths of my brothers and sisters.
When he talks,
and because now
I noticed a little bit immersion ruining because I'm about to tell you. On the, to our left, his face is clipping through his mask a little bit.
No, the order suggested it was placed.
You can see it very briefly, right? You'll see his skin pop through.
We hadn't finished reopening the place, and I hadn't run across any hidden caches. Another mystery, I suppose.
All right, so now we can just drop down here.
This door looks impressive. Let's see what's on the other side.
There's someone here, so we kind of gotta push forward a little bit because they might ruin some of the story by killing like bosses and stuff like that. So let's just try to get it done before they do.
I'm still here. Thanks for asking.
I don't know what I'm looking for that this is lit up like this, but we're gonna push forward. Also, let me switch over the journal to the main quest because I see it's messing up. There we go. It's messing up our little map. Oh, there we go.
Over here.
We failed to kill all the assassins. And the wood elf and the mercenary are still alive.
Yes. The High Priest isn't going to be happy about that, but we retrieved the cache hidden in the old sanctuary.
With the contents of the cache, the High Priest should be able to determine and define the first edition.
Agreed. And we will soon have the location of another one of the ambitions. As just another Imperial counselor, the High Priest has them all fooled.
Now that's something new. What do you think? Sometimes listening provides the answers we seek. It seems their High Priest is actually one of your counselors. That explains how they knew your movements. And they found whatever they were looking for in the sanctuary.
Right.
I'd rather not know any more about this damn secret. It's cursed. But did you see how they opened that portal? They used their amulet on the pedestal. You still have the one we found?
Yep, I sure do. Let's push forward. Oh.
Keep looking. We need to find a pedestal like the one those cultists used.
Nobody saw that.
That pedestal looks promising. Let's talk before you try. This may work. It may not. We may open a portal that takes us to the cultists, or we may open one to some dark and deadly corner of oblivion. Still, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So, ready to try something daring?
I'm ready.
It looked to me like the cultists used their amulet on the pedestal and opened a portal. Examine the pedestal and see if there's a place to fit the amulet. Well, we have a portal. Find out if leaping into it turns out to be a good or bad.
There we go. Only one way to find out, right?
You were being followed, Acolyte.
I don't want to
Pretty easy fight. Usually you want to have your ally by this point as well, guys. I've already sent words to the exalted high priest. The steward and 3 of the counselors are dead. Only Counselor Atinia loses, as the counselor is not currently in the province of Blackwood. I have also sent the documents we uncovered from the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. With that information, the high priest should have no trouble determining the hidden location of the first of the 4 ambitions. Moreover, I have ordered that the attack on Leowin Castle. Oh, I have ordered the attack on Leowin Castle. Soon the documents kept by the other counselors will be ours. Then the locations of all the ambitions will be revealed. Now I must step out and deal with the pests that have entered the ruins. I think we have been followed from the sanctuary. I look forward to showing them the true power of the faithful. That the faithful of the Prince of Disaster can bring to bear when necessary. Got low on energy, boys. The time of the 4 ambitions is almost upon us. We must accelerate our efforts, or decades of planning will amount to naught. Emperor Leovic hit the ambitions that was killed before he could inform me of their locations. But he left clues and various hidden caches throughout the empire. We can also ferret out the portions of the secret that my fellow counselors are aware of before we execute them. Fantasia. Where are you? Oh, we gotta talk to Elam. That was my fault. We gotta go back. We gotta go back, guys. We gotta go back. Luckily, he's not too far off, right? So we'll just get that dialogue out the way. Do we just go? Weird.
So, now I know who needs to die for this grave insult to the Dark Brotherhood. Counselor Von Dacia, the High Priest of the Waking Flame. But what do you make of that journal entry about the first ambition and an attack on Leowin Castle? They got what they were after, and now they're sending their forces to kill the rest of the counselors. With the other counselors dead, Von Dacia will be the only person who knows the secret of the Longhouse Emperors. And Von Dacia will do everything in his power to get his hands on those documents. I suppose your course is clear. You need to return to Leowin Castle as quick as you can.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to stick around and deal with a few more of these Waking Flame cultists. Still have a little anger to work off after that attack on my sanctuary. I suggest you return to Leowin Castle with all due haste. That portal should take you back toward the exit, or to some.
Here we go. We gotta make our way out of here. Oops. Yeah, that is a problem with this game. Right, I should probably mention that is that like anything that has to do with stairs or some kind of incline, your character doesn't really just walk down the stairs, right? Like say, because you're always going to be running, even in content, right? Like say you're in a dungeon or whatever, you're going to be running, so your character's always going to do that, and then take some fall damage. It's something that they never fixed for some reason. I seem to remember that years ago when I started, this was also the case. Which it wouldn't be a problem, but you take fall damage, right? So it kind of is a problem. But they don't give a shit, so I don't know. I know I'm just walking through these traps, but I'm okay. Pull the shovel out. That'd be a cool weapon. What am I having that in, like, as a model to use? And this is kind of why we have a piece of like each kind of gear on, is because you eventually, uh, you can see they have like their bonuses and their negatives, right? Eventually, when you do get some other abilities, you kind of want one. At least have like, say you're maining like medium armor, right? You still at least want one piece of light, one piece of heavy for the bonuses that it could give you, right? Same thing for heavy, you want one light, one medium. Same thing for light, you want one medium, one heavy. That's why we do have like a mixed match of our gear. It's because you need to have said gear on for it to level up, right? So if you just have heavy armor on and you started the game up and you have heavy armor on the whole time, light and medium armor will not level up. Period. Which, if you go for what we're doing, it's gonna hurt you in the long run because it's just gonna take more time to get that leveled up. Here we go. So we could talk to Mimjasa, which I think that's what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna wrap up the playthrough for now. Then next time we play this, we'll probably focus on doing some more side quests because that actually does affect the story a little bit later on. Not too much, right? Uh, I mean, it won't even negatively impact us too bad, but it's still good to have. So let's talk to Mimjasa, guys. I forgot who Mimjasa was. He was the guy we were helping earlier in the cave with the shadow scale incident. Also, I just noticed there's a sky shard here somewhere. So it would be kind of nice if we found it. There it is. There we go. So we should have a skill point. Nice. Keep in mind, guys, if you're just starting out, I would honestly focus on maybe on one character, maybe two at the most, but you'll have to get all these sky shards over. Your Fighters and Mages Guild will have to get leveled up again, unless you want to pay real money, right? So it pays to focus on maybe one guy and let him get all the stuff, and then later on, if you decide you don't want to grind that hard again, you can go into the shop, I guess. If you're hurting that bad and don't want to do all that stuff over, which it could be a daunting task. I do understand. I do wish that it was account bound, right? Like unlocking a list of, but I know why they did it, which is not really an excuse, right? But it's business, folks. It's all business. Personally, I'd rather there just be purely cosmetics in the shop, and I guess DLCs, right? Because they did make them. So there's Mimjasa.
The shadow scale's remains are destroyed, and we are triumphant. Thank you, valiant traveler. I could not have finished this task without your help. Indeed, your actions ensured those remains can no longer be exploited. I am sure were their spirits still present, they would thank you for your efforts. Allow me to extend a more tangible gratitude. Here, for your help.
So he gave us a shadow scale tunic, which I didn't really read these like items too much, or I didn't really know too much about them. That's cool. We got a shadow scale armor.
All things must pass in order to begin again. Knowing this simple fact eases pain and suffering. Learn to let go, and what was lost will be reborn. I will carry on, as is my purpose as a Nisro. I cannot say for sure where this responsibility will take me next, but change is the only thing that is guaranteed. Whatever path I walk next will be different from the one I walk now. And to you as well. I cannot say where my responsibilities will take me, but I do hope that one day they bring me to you again.
take a look at this chess piece. It is a medium piece, so we can definitely use it finally. Right, we're rocking this level 5 thing, so let's take a look at it. It does have training on it, which will help us level up faster, as long as we're killing stuff. Let's put it on. Not bad looking, wow. The color is off, right, but there's not much we can do about that. There goes the tunic. Seems like I already have had it though, because it didn't like it. Usually when you get a new piece of gear that you don't have collected yet, and you kind of like soul bind it to you, whatever you want to call it, right? It'll let you know that you have a new like style. With that said, I do think we're gonna wrap up the stream, guys. We'll pick this up sometime later next week. Tomorrow night is gonna be Hi-Fi Rush, guys. We're gonna pick up with that game tomorrow. I was having a lot of fun with it, so hopefully get some more fun out the game. Guys, I do want to say thank you for stopping by. If you're watching on YouTube, I wish you guys would watch me live. There's a link to my channel in the description of the video. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, usually on the weekdays, guys. That's when you could catch me. If you don't know who I am, by the way, my name is Frank. Frank Gallows, guys, and I stream every day. Or as often as possible. I just told you the time. I just told you the time, guys, right? So feel free to stop by and chat with me and hang out and have a relaxing time. Everybody else watching on Twitch, I do appreciate it, folks. Hope to see y'all tomorrow. Like I said, Hi-Fi Rush tomorrow, Tuesday. I'll catch y'all later. I'm going to go sit and eat. Guys, have a great night. Enjoy your day tomorrow. See you next time, guys. I'm out of here.